Hey yo, what is up everybody? It is B Milton. I am your host here on the Redskins Review. We're hit over 600 subscribers, you guys. This channel is rolling. Thank you guys so much for watching. This channel will be nothing without you guys and your comments. And, you know, I got someone to talk to about the Redskins each and every single week. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. What you guys just saw at the beginning of the video is my wife and I yesterday at Thanksgiving dinner. Today is her birthday. Actually, we celebrated it yesterday, though, at Thanksgiving, and I got her that Redskins jersey that she is wearing. It's a custom jersey with her favorite number, and also it has her online profile name on the back of it. So she enjoyed that, and yeah, welcome a new Redskins fan to the family, you guys. Glad that she liked it, and it fits good on her. So new Redskins fan, thank you. New person to the Redskins family, embrace. So let's get to what we need to talk about. Yesterday, the most watched regular season football game of all time on Fox. 35 million people watching it. Regular season game, not postseason. Everyone was sitting down with their families and they watched the Redskins and Cowboys battle it out. And damn, was that a good game. Even though at the beginning of the game it seemed like we didn't have the momentum. The Redskins didn't have any momentum rolling. And you guys, don't worry, I'm going to get pissed off. There's going to be times of this video where I'm going to get pissed off. But you guys, to be honest, I just have to be honest, you know, this is a game. You know, we saw a really good game last night. Even though the Redskins lost, you know, you have to give the Cowboys their props. And both teams went out there and they entertained, man. It was an offensive-driven game. There was a lot of points scored. We knew that was going to happen. We knew that the Redskins were going to have to score a lot of points just to win. You know, what we needed to do was we needed to stop the run and score more points than them, and that just didn't happen. But, you know, there are some positives, man. If we, you know, the Cowboys, this is kind of like a measuring stick type of game, you guys. The Cowboys are, if not the best team in the NFL right now, they're the second best to the Patriots. They're either one or two. And I think we did a really good job versus them, at least on the offensive side. On the defensive side, that is still the Achilles heel of this team, man, and it's just not going to get better, man. It's just not going to get better until we get another draft, until we get more players on this team somehow, one way or another. I just don't really see too much that we can do to change what our defense is doing right now. But you guys, you know, this is a game where, just like the first game that we played the Cowboys, we had chances to win this game. We had chances to steal this game. We were in Cowboys territory multiple times, and we're still having troubles with getting in the end zone. And, you know, I am just waiting for the first person to come in here in the comments and say something about Kirk Cousins, and this is his fault. I am just waiting for that person. I don't know who it is. I'm sure there's going to be someone out there. So I can just tell you that you are you're basically just making yourself look stupid. If there's someone that's going to come in here and say Kirk Cousins is the reason that we lost that goddamn game yesterday, you need to go to the loony bin. This guy did twice. He did twice what Dak Prescott did, and his team lost. He did twice what the other team's quarterback did and lost the game. Do you understand that? That just shows you how bad our defense is, and it shows you that our run game did not help us that much yesterday. And I understand, you know, the run game, it just didn't really have a chance to get going because we were down by too many points, you know, too early. So I understand that. Everyone knows Rob Kelly. He's our guy moving forward, and I still have faith in Rob Kelly. He had a few good runs, and he did what he did. He's known for, again, making some yards out of nothing. And, you know, credit out to our offensive line. You know, Kirk Cousins wasn't sacked one time yesterday, even though he did get hit. Here's another thing, man. Kirk Cousins, he was taking some shots yesterday, and this guy just gets back up, and he just, you know, starts to impress again. That's one thing that I don't think a lot of people give credit to Kirk Cousins for. He gets hit, man. He does. He stands in the pocket tall, and he gets hit. But he releases that football, and, man, Kirk Cousins had a show, dude. 35 million people, the entire nation was watching. Everyone knows Kirk Cousins now. If people didn't understand before, if people thought Kirk Cousins was still the same guy, throwing interceptions like, the beginning of last year or before that when he split some games in the year before then with RG3 and McCoy played that year. If everyone thought that Kirk Cousins was still that guy, everyone knows he's not that guy anymore. The entire nation saw that shit. I have friends of mine who are Ravens fans, and they were even putting statuses out on Facebook like, God damn, Kirk Cousins is a beast. And another thing I need to say is, I was actually really surprised, but after the game, I went on the Redskins Facebook page, and they were putting, some normal posts on Redskins Facebook page after the loss. And there was actually most of the most liked comments on those posts under there were Cowboys fans. And Cowboys fans were saying, hey, awesome game. Kirk Cousins is a beast. And basically a lot of them were saying, we fear you guys the most out of anybody else in the NFC East. And you guys gave us the word, they were afraid of us the most during the whole game, that we were going to come back, and they were so afraid that we were the ones that gave them the biggest run to end their undefeated streak. Obviously, the Giants beat them week 1 of the season, but then after that was kind of like their game where the Cowboys were trying to figure their shit out, and then after that they've just been unstoppable. But hats off to some of the Cowboys fans out there. I don't know if the Redskins fans would have been so humble to go to the Cowboys. If the Cowboys would have, lost, I don't know if there had been as many Redskins fans going over to their posts and saying, "Hey, good game." So, this is a rivalry, and we hate the Cowboys, and we obviously wanted to win that damn game. But shout out to some of those Cowboys fans who were humble, and they're not football ignorant, and they understand that just because they beat us yesterday doesn't mean it's going to be the last time we play them. They're going to we might be playing them again in the playoffs, and shit, they better be worried, son. Any team that plays us, they better be worried about our offense. And like I said, shout out to some of those Cowboys fans who understand that, and they also enjoy entertainment. And shout out to the Redskins for actually showing up, man. Yes, we still have some red zone woes and shit, and you guys, I don't understand. Like I said, I just am waiting for the first person to come in here and say some shit about how this is Kirk Cousins' fault. And, I'm sure it's Kirk Cousins who called. I'm sure Kirk Cousins is the one who called the play for him to go in the red zone, for him to go out wide and be a receiver in the red zone. I'm sure that's Kirk Cousins who wanted to call that goddamn call. I don't think so. Kirk Cousins, sure. I don't understand what are the Redskins doing in practice all week? Why aren't we just only running red zone offense? Excuse me. I don't understand why we're not just sitting here doing red zone offense all goddamn week long. Our guys can move the ball down the field, but we can't get into the end zone, and we haven't figured it out by now. I mean, why don't we just start giving the ball to Jordan Reed again? How he had that one where he cut inside and then just stopped on a dime and went back outside and just lost his defender. Why don't we just start running that play every goddamn game? And here's another thing that pisses me off. The one sweep play that we hand the ball off to Chris Thompson to the right and he just runs to the outside. Yes, we want to give the ball to Chris Thompson to the outside, but we don't want to run the same goddamn play over and over and over. Hand the ball off to Chris Thompson and he just runs to the outside. He got blown up in the backfield. How many times are we going to run the same goddamn run with Chris Thompson? If Chris Thompson's in and we're giving them the ball, they know we're running the same run. Why don't we do something a little bit more creative? I want Chris Thompson to get the ball. I've been one of the people who've been saying I want to see Chris Thompson with the ball in his hands. But we can't run the same goddamn plays. That's what I'm saying. I haven't really been pissed off that much about Jay Gruden being our coach. But this game I got pissed about some of the coaching and the play calling. We had some terrible goddamn plays. And another thing, Deshaun Jackson was early on in the game was pissing me off, man. We had one third down where we need to get 8 yards, and he runs a 4 or 5 yard route and stops, and Kirk Cousins throws him the ball. But it's like, bro, you know we need 8 yards, and you run 5, and with a defender right on you. Why don't you keep running, bro? But whatever. Deshaun had a decent, a pretty good game, but he still shows some of these reasons why I want Garcon to stay over him. Garcon is just a competitor. Goddamn Garcon, he was fighting every time he got the ball. He's just still the same guy. He doesn't look like he's really aged at all. He will fight. We need that type of guy. And Deshaun Jackson, hopefully he just starts becoming more humble now that he got some big plays and shit in this game, and Kirk Cousins actually found him in this game. And this is another thing, man. All these people who are always hating on Kirk Cousins and they're saying, oh, Kirk Cousins can't throw the deep ball. You have to understand it. Just like how Kirk Cousins started off slow. He started off slow last season. He started off slow this season, but he progressed quicker this season than he did last season. He's going to progress into finding these routes down the field. You cannot worry. He's going to do it. When he gets more comfortable in the pocket and he's more comfortable during the season, he's going to find these deep routes. He is. He showed you. Everyone knows now. So I don't want to hear anything else. So let's get into... I'm sorry, you guys. I was watching the game with my family, so I didn't really take a bunch of game notes or anything. I didn't do anything like that. But Kirk Cousins... He had 41 completions out of 53 attempts. That's almost 80 goddamn percent completion percentage. 449 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. My God, dude. My God. I'm actually starting to feel really bad for Kirk Cousins. I'm starting to feel for Kirk Cousins like I feel for, who's the quarterback out there? Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is a guy who is just, he throws the ball so goddamn much that he does throw some interceptions, but Phillip Rivers is just a beast. He's a beast. He throws for like 5,000 yards or something like that every single year, and his team is complete dog shit, and he never wins anything because of his defense, and they don't really have a running game so much out there in San Diego, so I'm starting to feel pretty bad for Kirk Cousins. Like, I feel bad for goddamn Phillip Rivers, who never has won anything because he's never had a defense. 449 yards in one goddamn game. Are you kidding me? 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He did over twice as much as Dak Prescott did, and his team lost. So we need to. If there's any game that points to Kirk Cousins is not our problem, it's this goddamn game. Rob Kelly, 14 attempts, and he had 37 yards. Rob Kelly, it was a good game. Like I said, we just got down on points, so I'm not really going to fault Rob Kelly for having a somewhat bad game. He didn't, like, when he was given the ball, he did decent, but we just got down on the scoreboard too early for us to keep running the ball. Deshaun Jackson, 4 receptions, 118 yards. He had 1 touchdown. Jordan Reed, 10 catches, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jamison Crowder had 88 yards. Vernon Davis had 68 yards. Pierre Garcon had 43 yards. Maurice Harris had 11. Chris Thompson had 17. Man, everything about this game just kind of screams like we should have won this shit. We should have won this shit. We had more first downs than the Cowboys. We had more plays. We had more yards. The Cowboys had 350 yards. We had 505 goddamn yards. Are you kidding me? By logic, we should have scored at least 2 more goddamn touchdowns than them. We should have won this game. Passing, we had 449. We already said this. Rushing, we had 56. Penalties, both teams had 3 penalties. But here's the big one. Time of possession. What is the Cowboys' game? Time of possession. They run the ball. They score. They don't make the mistakes. They don't fumble the ball. They don't throw interceptions. They keep the ball. They run the clock down. They score points. And then their defense is just good enough sometimes to stop the other team. And once they stop them 1 time, 2 times, or whatever, the Cowboys won't be stopped. They will score the points. And that's the Cowboys' game, time of possession. And we beat them in time of possession. They had the ball for 26 minutes. We had the ball for 33 minutes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's how bad our defense is, you guys. I'm sorry. That's how bad it is. That's how bad some of the coaching calls were in this game. And let me let me get this straight. Let me get this straight with you guys. I've seen a lot of people online sitting here saying, hey, why did we go for that first onside kick? You know why we went for that onside kick? Because Jay Gruden is somewhat smart, and he realizes our defense ain't going to fucking stop them. Our defense is not going to stop the Cowboys. So all we did essentially was give them less time. We let them score with less time. That's what that onside kick. It was a gamble between us getting the ball back and us going down and scoring versus them just getting the ball back with good field positioning and them scoring quicker than them running more time off the clock and them still scoring, because we knew the Cowboys were going to score again. Our defense did not a goddamn thing all game. They had like 1 3-and-out or something, man. And, dude, Kendall, let's get something. There's a bunch of other things. Let's just stay with the coaching calls first. The 55-yard field goal. Why the fuck did we try that? I like Dustin Hopkins. And if you watch it, Dustin Hopkins had the power. He had the power. He could have kicked that 55-yard field goal, but he missed it. He missed it wide to the right. And also, goddamn, Morgan Moses wasn't on the field. How does he not know that he should be on the field for the field goal? And then we ice our own kicker. And you guys, this is something to be concerned about. In the Bengals game, the Bengals iced Dustin Hopkins, and what happened? He missed the game winner. And then in this game, we ice our own kicker because we have to call a timeout because Morgan Moses isn't on the field when he's supposed to be. And guess what? When we call timeout, Dustin Hopkins kicks the ball, goes right through the uprights, would have been good. And then we ice him because we had to call a timeout, waste a timeout. This is coaching. They should know. They should let everyone know who should be on the goddamn field. And if they're not on the goddamn field, they should know and they should have this figured out. And then when Dustin Hopkins kicks the second field goal, to be honest for a second, that should have been a made field goal. If you watch it again in slow motion or whatever, he kicked the ball over the top of the upright, and I don't know what planet you're from, but that's a fucking field goal. So that is a bad call by the referees. The first time I saw it when it was live, I didn't really think that, but when they showed it in kind of slow motion and they said something about it on air, that's a field goal. That should have been, and they said the guys said that's non-reviewable. So, that's why they were thinking about it. Everyone said when they saw the replay, they were like, "This sucks. This is a non-reviewable call." So that pissed me off. But Jay Gruden, we already have Dustin Hopkins miss one at 46. Why are you going to have him try to go out there and kick a 55-yarder and just? Now we got Redskins fans out here talking about we need a new kicker. No, we don't. Dustin Hopkins is pretty damn good. As long as we just stop fucking him around, he's good. And then we're after he misses 46, we're gonna make him go out there and kick a 55-yarder. And then when we miss it, instead of punting the goddamn ball and giving Dallas the ball, maybe at the 5-yard line or something, now they only have to go half the field to get another score. Bad coaching right there. Like I said, I like Jay Gruden, and Jay Gruden, I haven't had to bitch and complain about him most of the season, but I have to right now. That was some bad play calling. The play calling in the red zone, like I said, having Kirk Cousins go out wide, what the fuck is that? If we're already having bad troubles in the red zone, why are we trying to get cute with shit? Why don't we just give the ball to fucking Jordan Reed? Just throw a fade route to Jordan Reed. God damn it. What is so hard about it, man? I don't understand. Give the ball to Jordan Reed. Give the ball to Pierre Garçon. Give the ball to someone we know can catch it in traffic and just come down with the ball. How is it that hard? There's routes that you can get someone one-on-one and just that's it. That's all we need is a one-on-one matchup in the red zone. Get the ball out quick. Touchdown. And here's the other thing about coaching. Yet again, I am fucking pissed off at our defensive coordinator. I understand. I completely understand. Guess what? We don't have the defensive players to match up with these guys and their offense. We can't stop their offense. We have guys out there that are not the same caliber of players that they have on offense, just like our offense compared to their defense. I understand that. But we did not blitz. We did not blitz again. There's one play. I will have to go back and I will have to find this play. There's literally one play that I can remember There's 2 plays that I can remember where we sent 5 guys, not just our 4 on the line. We sent 5 guys. And the one time that it didn't pay off was when Will Compton rushed up the middle, and he's like trying to get through the middle of the defensive line, or the middle of the offensive line, and get after Dak Prescott. And he lets Ezekiel Elliott go right by him, and then Dak Prescott just dumps it off to Ezekiel Elliott, and he goes for like 18 or something. That's Will Compton's job. He should know better. We should have blitzed more often. And there's another play, one of the only other times I can remember us blitzing them. It worked. It worked. Dak Prescott had to get rid of the ball real quick, and he threw the ball all the way out far to the right, and he threw it right into the ground. What is so hard? What is so hard about this? I don't understand. If we know that we can't stop them on offense, why don't we fucking gamble? Why don't we just get after this dude? Why don't we make him just, try to rush shit? It just worked at least one time I can remember. There's only a few times I can remember us sending any goddamn pressure. And then all game long, our four guys on the line, they're not getting like any pressure, and Dak Prescott has all goddamn day to throw the ball. He's gonna pick our defense apart. And now let me get to the Josh Norman thing. First of all, I don't really, we need Josh Norman. We need him to be fired up, so I'm not gonna knock on him for like talking shit or getting in people's faces or whatever. As long as he's not getting penalties, I don't care. We need someone like that on our team. So if he wants to talk shit to Dez Bryant, let him do it. And Dez Bryant coming back and trying to talk shit back to us and tell the Redskins to get our money back, he's fucking dumb. Are you kidding me? Versus Josh Norman, Dez Bryant had like 32 yards. Like 32 yards and no touchdowns or anything. Bro, you kind of got shut down, bro. I'm sorry, but that's what happened. The only time he got yards was versus Kendall Fuller. And this is what I need to... At halftime, all game long, what has happened? The Cowboys, what did they do? They ran the ball. What happened when they threw the ball? They didn't do that well at throwing the ball, but they did do well throwing the ball. What did they do? They found out that, guess what? They can't really throw on Josh Norman. Rashad Breeland's pretty much kind of holding his own over there, right? He didn't do too terrible. He did have the one touchdown on him, but it was kind of close. But Breeland wasn't really getting pounded or anything. But what did they do? They didn't throw the ball to Josh Norman. They didn't throw the ball to Breeland. They picked on Kendall Fuller. And how did we go into halftime and the whole goddamn time after we saw this? Hey, we can't stop their run, and then when we do stop their run, they're picking on Kendall Fuller. How do we go into halftime and come back out and leave Kendall Fuller on that fucking field? I don't understand it. That's literally how their offense beat us. Run the ball, and then when we didn't stop the run, they picked on Kendall Fuller the entire game. Cole Beasley, and then they would put Dez Bryant in the slot just to pick on him. And are you kidding me? Here's a thought. Let's take Rashad Breeland and move him over to the slot and bring Greg Toller off the bench, who I believe in, and put him over at freaking Breeland's spot. I'm sorry, but I don't give a shit if that still didn't work. That shows me that coaching is actually doing their goddamn job. They're trying to figure something out. For us to come out of halftime and leave Kendall Fuller just getting fucking killed out there, literally, the only times that we stopped their run and we made it work, and then they forced Dak Prescott to throw, who had under 200 yards. Dak Prescott had under 200 yards, 1 touchdown. Are you fucking kidding me? This dude does nothing. This guy, he doesn't throw any interceptions because he doesn't fucking do nothing. He sits back there and lets the offensive line and Zeke Elliott do everything. So I'm fucking tired of hearing about Dak Prescott too. He never gets any pressure on him. Fucking teams like the Redskins don't fucking blitz him. We're too afraid to send somebody extra to get to him. It's fucking stupid, dude. I'm telling you right now, that's the only goddamn blueprint to beat Dak Prescott and the fucking Cowboys, is to blitz the living shit out of him over and over and over until you get there. Because if not, we just sit back. If we just sit back and our 4 rushers cannot get past the good Cowboys offensive line, every single game is gonna be the same. The Cowboys are going to keep winning the same way. They're going to run the ball. You can't get to Dak Prescott because he's got so much goddamn time. It doesn't matter what defense you're running. He's going to pick you apart because it's too easy because he has too much time. Send people. Send pressure. Anyone who plays the Cowboys here on out, if you sat here all year long and you've seen how they play and you do not blitz him on fucking like 50% of the fucking game, you're just dumb. You're not going to beat him. There's no other way to beat him. It's just fucking stupid for you to sit here and think that you're going to beat them by playing your normal zone cover. It's not going to happen. You need to send pressure, bro. And we are dumb enough, our defensive coordinator and our defense, they're just dumb enough to just sit back here and watch all year long and think, hey, we're good enough on defense to only send 4 people and get to Dak Prescott. And we're going to leave Kendall Fuller. I like Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller is going to be a good player for us. But guess what? He's a rookie, and he's just got his ass torn up. And you have Greg Toller over on the fucking bench, who I think had every time Greg Toller's been in the game, he's done decently well. I would say Greg Toller played just as well this season so far whenever he was on the field as Bashaud Breeland did. And Kendall Fuller is getting his fucking ass destroyed, and you're not going to move either Greg Toller or Bashaud Breeland over to the slot and say, hey, guess what, Kendall Fuller, you can take a break, bro. Maybe you can play special teams for us a few times and let's see what they do. How is our coaching staff that goddamn dumb, dude? I don't understand it. We're sitting here just hoping our offense just wins us games instead of doing whatever we can to figure out how to change our defense up to win a game for us. We're just mesmerized and just hoping our offense is going to do it, which I understand. Everyone here understands that our offense is going to have to win us the game, but we're not getting creative at all on defense. We're just doing the most basic shit. We're just sitting out here in the most basic shit on defense. Like, it makes no sense, dude. It just makes no sense. Now, here's another thought. I gotta go. Gonna go eat dinner and everything. Thank you guys for. I know I've been ranting and everything, but this stings, man. We should have beat the Cowboys. We should have beat the Cowboys twice this year. We had over 200 more yards of total offense. Got it on their side of the field multiple times to where you guys. If you're sitting here, obviously Kirk Cousins ain't perfect. Kirk Cousins is not perfect, and I'm sure he's missed some throws. I'm sure he didn't see some things that were open. But guess what? Every quarterback's going to do that. But if you're sitting here and thinking Kirk Cousins is the problem, he is our one go-to problem in the red zone. That's fucking dumb. Our play calling is dumb. We are trying to get too cute with shit. It's stupid. Why aren't we just doing every single goddamn day of practice? Why aren't we practicing red zone shit? It makes no sense. Hopefully they do. But you guys, there's shit to be optimistic about. We might not win the division, but we are definitely one of the better teams in the NFL. We still are. We just played the best or second best team, and we did decently good versus them. Our defense got exposed. But we have so many. Our offense, no one stops our offense, dude. No one stops our offense. When I was sitting there watching the game with my uncle, he's a Ravens fan, so he wanted the Redskins to lose. He's sitting there and on the first Cowboys drive where they just went down the field so easy and just ran the ball right into the end zone. And he goes, my uncle says, "Oh man, look how easy they moved that ball. This is the game over." And I was like, "Yeah, wait till we get the ball. You think they're gonna stop us? Have you not seen the Redskins this year? The Redskins are going to do the same exact shit. They're probably going to move the ball quicker. Are you kidding me?" And sure enough, we did. We were moving up and down the field. They couldn't do shit. Kirk Cousins didn't get sacked one time. He took hits from standing in the pocket and releasing balls. But there's a few things I need to say. One, we need to take Sua Cravens, and he needs to start playing safety. He needs to start playing safety pronto. We don't have anybody at safety. There's no one at safety that is going to do anything for us. We need to start figuring something out. Our safeties are trash. We need to put Sua Cravens at safety. And here's another thing. I got to go. I need to leave soon. So my last final thought. When Trent Williams comes back, we better be taking that fucking captain's C off of his fucking jersey. And we better be handing that shit over to Brandon Scherf Spencer Long, or even fucking Ty and Secchi. Because how can he sit there and do that? He's a team captain, and he's going to sit here and be missing 4 games? Ty and Secchi went out there and had some penalties at crucial moments or whatever, stalled some of our drives and shit. That could have been Trent Williams, and he's got to sit at home and watch our team on the fucking TV playing our arch nemesis, the goddamn Cowboys, on Thanksgiving, and he's got to miss that shit, and he's the captain of our fucking our offensive line. I'm sorry, bro. Hand that shit over to someone like Brandon Scherff, who is a humble guy. Sure, maybe Brandon Scherff isn't as talented as Trent Williams, and he doesn't play as hard of a position, but I would rather give that shit to a guy who's consistent, a guy who doesn't hurt our team, and he's played every goddamn fucking snap he can. He went out. He might have gone out of a game or two, and he came right back. A guy who's a competitor like that, give that shit to somebody else, bro. You should not be happy about yourself sitting here watching this loss. So let me know what you guys think. I gotta go. I'm getting rushed. Thanks for watching, guys. Hail to the Redskins as always. Hey, we're going to the playoffs, guys. Don't worry about it. We're going to stomp up on some other teams. It's going to be a hard road. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but no one's stopping our offense. One of the first, second team in the NFL didn't stop our offense. So we're going to score more points. Hail to the Redskins. Peace out.